What's up, good folks at home tuning in? I hope y'all ready for these jokes. I love telling jokes in front of people that's not in front of me because I was in special ed, and for me, I only had 3 people in my class, so I never really get intimidated when there's nobody in a room with me or it's only a few people. It never worries me. It never worries me. I don't know if y'all can relate. I was in special ed, but I wasn't special dumb. I was kind of just like y'all at home watching, regular dumb. Yeah. I didn't need to be in class with less people. I just needed subtitles under my words when I talk. It's nothing worse than being in special ed when you know you're not special. My teacher used to do weird stuff. I tell you I was only in class with 3 people. You know why? Tell me why my teacher still took roll. She like, Juice, if you don't raise your hand, I'm going to mark you absent. I'm like, you just pointed at me. What do you mean? Like, she was one of them teachers, too. Like, when she made it up in her mind that this was a lesson plan, she wasn't adjusting it. She going to go up to the board and talk about, okay, class, who want to come up here and solve this problem for me? I'm in 3rd grade. I'm confused. I'm looking around. Did we get some new students? What do you mean? Because it just said, Juice, get up here and answer this problem for me. I don't know if y'all know how hard it is to throw a question to somebody else when it ain't nobody else in class. It's very hard. I'm looking under desks trying to find a student to help me, but it was only me. So I'm walking back and forth trying to think. She like, Juice, you can walk back and forth, but that question not going nowhere. Special ed problems, special ed problems. I wasn't even mad that I was in special ed because I went to Lusinger. I went to a school called Lusinger High School. It's in Lindale, California. I just felt like more students should have been in that class with me. Math wasn't mathing, people. It wasn't mathing right. So I became a recruiter for my special ed class. I used to go around taking my friends, my teammates' homework, bringing it back to my special ed teacher. Like, look, he's not regular dumb. he answered with word problems. It was multiple choice. Get him up in here. Get him up in here. Special ed life. Like I said, I'm from LA, but I always tell people I'm like the most LA-est person in LA because I lived in almost every city in LA. Hawthorne, Lawndale, Compton, Inglewood, Hawthorne, San Pedro. If I was to name all the cities I lived in, y'all be watching all that. People be like, dang, Juice, how you moved around from all these different cities, different hoods, and you never gangbang? I'd be like, I didn't have time. By the time it was my turn to get put on the hood, I was on to the next city. I'd be like, Compton, I'll catch y'all later. I live in Inglewood. The life of a moving stone. The life of a moving stone. I moved around so much. I used to act like I played in the NBA, and every time we move or we got evicted, I just got traded. I'd be like, Mama, where we taking our talents to? I was on the move. One time, we got evicted and from the same building twice. I know, y'all didn't know that was possible watching at home, right? It is possible. We was living on the 1st floor. We got evicted. My mom was dating somebody on the 2nd floor. So obviously, when we got kicked out, we just moved upstairs to his house. Do you know they brought that eviction paper upstairs? They didn't even bring us a different eviction paper. They just crossed out the old apartment number and wrote the new one on it. I know. Tell me about it. That's when I learned that I've been blessed. My white stepdad. I had a white stepdad. Yeah, I know I don't look like it, right? I had a white stepdad. So we moved upstairs, right? And I'm thinking because I'm living with my white stepdad, my credit was going to get better, life was going to get easier, but it didn't. It got harder. But living with my white stepdad, that's when I learned true love. Because my white stepdad really loved his black family. He really did. I just wish that more people knew that rent don't care. Because every time the rent came, we got evicted. I'm like, can't you tell they love each other? Hilarious. Love my white stepdad. My wife, I could tell that my wife's stepdad really gave up a lot to be a family with us, because when my wife's stepdad passed away, at his funeral, we was the only black family there. I'm like, okay, where's everyone else? Where's everybody else? Where's everybody else? It was funny too, because at the funeral, at my stepdad's funeral, they didn't have none of the stuff that we wanted there. You know, like as a black family, we like chicken. We want fried chicken. We want watermelons and Hennessy. They didn't have none of that there, people. All they had was cheese and crackers. I'm like, this is not the right audience for this funeral. It's just not. They was not prepared. I'm gonna get up out of here on my last joke. I'm gonna let you know it's crazy too about my wife's stepdad. Is that? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Sometimes my special ed just sneak in. I'm like, get up out of here. I'm not special no more. But that's my time. I'm Comedian Juice. I hope y'all enjoy me. Please add me on all social media platforms. I am Juice Man. See you later.
Welcome to Your F.L.O.E. I'm your host, Poetic Butterfly, and I am here with the hilarious Juice Man. As y'all can see, he did drop that comedy for you, and I'm pretty sure y'all had a lot of laughter, and it was just an amazing piece, and we are so excited for him to be here today. Welcome, Juice Man.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me share my jokes with the people at home. And yeah, I'm excited for the interview.
Yeah. So tell me, when you do your comedy, like those two pieces that you did earlier, like what is your inspiration? Where do you get your comedic flow? Where does that come from?
Just the realness to it, the being authentic to myself. I really come from being in special ed growing up. I really used to be in class where it wasn't really nobody.
True story, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't completely empty, but it was damn near empty. So that kind of inspired me to make fun of a heavy situation.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like it just be flowing. Once I think of class, special ed, it's just start coming out, and I just think about funny ideas, scenarios I've been in, things people said, because people judge you when you come from that bungalow class.
I remember that class when I was in school.
See,
I don't even think they separate them anymore, do they?
Yeah, some schools, it depends.
Okay.
Like it's different for different people.
Okay.
I feel like though everybody, even if you was in special ed or you wasn't, you know where the classrooms was.
Where it was. Look, truth be told, my mother thought I was a little special.
Okay.
Because I didn't like to talk.
Okay.
You know, so if somebody would say something to me, I would hide behind my parents, or I'd go under the desk, or somewhere where I can just hide from whoever has something to say to me. Or even the way that they were looking at me, to the point where she thought I was slow. Because people were like, what's wrong with your baby? You know, how come she don't talk? She just look at you. So she actually took me to get checked out. The doctor was like, ain't nothing wrong with that girl.
Yeah, same. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't know. A lot of people in special ed or was in special ed, they actually very smart. There's no kickback from a student that was regular dumb, which is how I created that joke. Because like a lot of times we are judging people that most of my special ed friends are more successful than the people that was in regular.
Right, exactly.
It's just a way of thinking, way of learning. Mm-hmm. I was in special ed, I had a speech impediment, and I never went to class.
Okay, so
you know,
stutter?
Yeah, I had a terrible stutter.
Really?
Like,
how did you overcome that?
Practicing, talking until it got better. One of my motivations was just like I wanted to get good enough speaking so I could talk about the people who was talking about me.
That's a motivation.
Listen, I got it quick. Right. And then once I got good at it, even to this day, it's crazy because I talk so well. And people be like, you had a stutter? Or you used to not be able to talk? It just shows how better I got with talking. Because now I blend in with everybody.
Right.
Can't even tell.
I didn't even know.
But, it was bad.
Oh, wow.
It was bad, yeah.
Look at God, and touched your tongue. He delivered you from...
He delivered me, because he had to. It was so bad. I had to practice what I was about to order at Burger King.
Oh, okay.
You know, the drive-thru. I'll be practicing.
First before you get up there and get yourself ready.
Let me get a number 2, no cheese. Let me get a number 1. I had to practice before to say it right. Yeah, it was that bad. But that's why even more it's powerful, because every time I feel like I'm on stage, I'm inspiring someone, I'm touching God's people. And I'm like, look, if I can do this now, anybody can do it. Because public speaking is like the number one thing people get, like, how do you do that?
Right, because I never thought I would ever be in a situation where I'm actually speaking in front of people. Public speaking was my worst subject.
Oh, wow.
I would sweat. I'd dang near pass out.
Hilarious. I still sweat.
Oh, yeah, you know, the anticipation of it happening. Yeah. Once you get into the thick of things, you know, it pretty much flow.
Yeah,
you know?
flow. I like that. So let me ask you. I know you're doing an interview, but like, yeah, like it never like. Do the cameras get you? Like, do you ever see the cameras and it throw you off, or you?
It's not the cameras. It's the people.
It's the people.
Because you know what, comedy is different. Because you get the laughter, you get the interaction.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes with poetry, you just get people that just look at you.
Yeah.
And they don't say anything, and you wondering like, dang, are they feeling this or what?
Yeah.
And then they pretty much let you know afterwards, like, oh my God, I needed that.
It's almost like
God, that was so.
They gotta like hold it to the end and tell you if you pass or you did what you. Okay.
So that was the nerve-wracking, you know, part of spoken word for me as I was getting into it, because I didn't know if they were feeling it or not.
Yeah.
Because all they did was stare at me.
Yeah. I'll have that same thing a lot of times, even with comedy, because I had to get used to people staring at me, but then I realized when they're staring at me, even if they're not laughing, they're still listening. Right. And if they're listening, then I have a chance to make them laugh. Exactly. And so that's kind of what relaxed me now. I'm, all right, y'all listen, as long as I get you there, we're going to be okay.
We're going to be good.
Yeah.
So how did you come about the name of Juice? Where did that come from?
It came to me. Like, this guy being, as a kid, I looked like JJ from Good Times.
That's when I first met you at Unlimited, I said, man, he looked like you.
Yeah, it's real. So, and I was skinny, so I looked like JJ from Good Times. And at the time, Beetlejuice, like, I don't know if you, Scary Movie. The Scary Movie Beetlejuice, not the cartoon ones watching, the one that was in Shorty head, the one with the messed up teeth, the Beetlejuice, the real person.
Yeah.
Someone said I looked like him.
Oh, no.
It was terrible.
Was wrong.
Exactly. And as a kid, I can't.
Whoever said that.
As a kid, I can't be running around being called Beetlejuice. So what I did, I started drinking juice all the time. I made the name. I made the name stick, so they just started calling me Juice. They dropped the Beetle and gave me the Juice. I'm like, I could rock with Juice. And then from there, it just carried on to my adult life. When I started doing comedy, it just made sense. People already called me Juice, so I just went on stage as Juice.
That's what's up.
And then here we are, 11 years later, a whole lot of jokes and stages later, and I'm still Juice. Still Juice, yeah.
What's your inspiration behind the Juice? Like, why do you even get on stage and you share your comedy?
Because it's just a testimony of how far I came. Like I said, from being a kid that was in special ed, living in a motel, come from Compton, one single household, to now I'm touring, doing some TV appearances here and there, talking at schools. I just always want to be true to me, because even when I was Juice, I was still me.
Right.
Even when I'm me, I'm still him. So they all, you see it? This is actually my logo. I remade the Kool-Aid Man.
Okay.
So I don't know, remember the, see it?
I see the ice cubes and everything.
You see it? Yeah, I remade the Kool-Aid Man. I made him skinnier, y'all watching, that's why. He not on crack, I made him skinnier. I threw on some Chucks for LA, and I threw up the LA hat. Boom. Okay. So yeah, LA Juice. So it speaks for itself. You know?
It sure does. That's what's up.
Yeah. They're available, everybody watching online on my website, comedianjuice.com. Just wanted to let y'all know that. But yeah, I learned the marketing and branding, and just like I piggyback on a lot of other brands. If it's not broken, why it don't fix it, you know?
Exactly.
So I kind of just I ain't about to remake nothing. I'm just gonna rescale it, make it fit and personal to myself, and give it out to somebody for inspiration.
Right. So have you always been a comedian? Like, is this something that you just pretty much grew into as you got older? Because I know I was more of a rapper.
Yeah, hilarious.
Growing up, and I was a comedian.
Hilarious.
I graduated class clown, but now I'm a poet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it kind of is different, but in a way it's not.
Yeah,
was
that's
there
a good.
Something that you started off as and then got into comedy, or has it just always been comedy?
Combination of both. I play basketball, so that was like my foundation is from basketball. So like getting in the gym, not being the best player, but showing up every day, putting in the work, working to be good, to put yourself in a position to be better.
Yeah.
So I got my fundamentals from there. But even when I was playing basketball, school, I always been funny. Like it's crazy. I was class clown every year in school, and every year in school. I'm not every year. And it was crazy because I moved around.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of awards that I could even get, or I gotta go pick them up. So anybody watching that got my award, let me.
Where can they send them to?
Send them to me. Reach out to me, because I moved around so much growing up, but I still won those awards, and that just speaks to my personality.
Right.
So God was talking to me as a young age, but I was just moving around. We was moving so fast.
Yeah.
I couldn't be like, this is my calling. Yeah. Until I got older, I'm like, oh, this is what I was supposed to be doing.
Right.
So
right.
Then I went back.
Through your comedy, like, what do you hope that people get from it? Like, what is your foundation for it?
Hope. Inspiration. I don't think no, especially kids, younger youth, nobody should feel hopeless, like they can't do something just because they don't have the resources, the means, the family, the language.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to break the mold. Like I came in comedy myself. I'm gonna leave out myself, and I just wanted to show people you can do it if you just stick to it and put in the work. Right. It's all about relationships, how you treat people, and what you stand for. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed about you too, I follow you on IG,
yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
And there was a post that you put up, and you said even though you were living in your car or something, like you still got your kids.
Yeah.
Like you still with your children. I said, now that's a man right
Yeah.
there.
Thank you.
And that really touched my heart, because there's a lot of people that have excuses to why they can't do something or be something for somebody. And when you posted that, I said, man, that is, I don't know, it just touched my heart for you to be in that situation, but still be able to show up for your children. Yeah,
I had to. And it's crazy, because a lot of people think because you're a comic or you're a comedian or your job is to make people laugh, you smile and laugh all the time, and that's not the case. Exactly. It's a lot of days we don't smile. A lot of days as an artist, you don't want to ever go outside.
Yeah.
And so for me to when I was going through my trials and tribulations, I was fortunately with 2 kids and living in my car. I just knew it was something that was going to make me into who I am today. It was something that it was a test. It wasn't where I was at. This is a bus stop taking you to where your next destination. Right. So I use that as fuel. I use that as like, this is my here, but it's my now, but it ain't my forever. Exactly. And so and then even after that, I want my kids to know when they get older, they can chase their dreams. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to be like, I tell them to go chase or do something that they want to do if I didn't fully do everything I could for myself. So yeah. And then just being a dad, it's like I didn't have a dad, so this is I don't have an apartment or a house. I'm not gonna not be a dad.
Right. You know? See, but that was the real stand-up point about it all, is that you have people out here that are in that situation to be a father,
and still
they're not. And then for you to be in your situation and still step into those shoes and move forward with being a father to your children, I mean, that's very upstanding.
Thank you.
And I mean, I'm pretty sure your kids appreciate that.
Yeah.
And you just never know who you touch with that. Like, you probably didn't even know I felt like that.
Yeah.
And it probably wasn't just me, and it could be inspiration to someone else who's dealing with a certain type of situation.
Yeah, and I try to post that type of inspiration. Every time I post something, I always say it's either each post is one step closer for me to do my ultimate goal is for me to tell jokes so my kids don't have no worries. Mm-hmm. I want my comedy to be my way that I take care of my kids, and they take care of their kids, and then I help other people take care of their kids.
Right.
So that's why each post is like, it's all collectively getting me there, because I look at my own post when I post. I look at that post all the time, because sometimes I get down, I go look at stuff like, okay, you did this, so you could do that, So plus it makes it a little bit easier when you got cute kids. They're cute, so if they wasn't, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I don't know, but they're my babies. I love them. Of course. I love them. I feel like it's a blessing. At the time, I thought this is how God worked, right? I was so worried about what I didn't have, because I was in the car. But then once I started focusing on what I had, so many other things started opening up. And then when I got out of the car, I had these new tools or routines or just discipline in my life that I didn't have when I wasn't in my car.
Exactly.
So it prepared me to never go back to my car.
Exactly.
So that's how deep comedy gets. That's why I try to write jokes that on the surface level it's funny, but if you really dive into it, you'll see the realness to it, and you'll see like the transparency in it.
Right.
I try to be like the Nipsey of comedy. I want people to go back on every joke, every place I said, every place I lived, and be like, wow, those are real moments.
Right. When was your first time that you hit the stage? Like, how long have you actually taken it?
Ooh, wait. 2023, I think, was my first time.
So that's what, 2 years?
2020, wait, I said that wrong. 2013, sorry. There we go. So what's that? We in 2025?
2025, May of 2025.
So what that,
Been in it for a bit.
a little bit. That was my first time actually just going on stage, and then 2 years after that, I actually started doing comedy. But I knew the first time I hit the stage and I got that first laugh, I was hooked.
That was it.
Imagine this is for whoever watching, imagine you being on stage and you're talking about your most vulnerable, most down times, most rawest moments, and it makes you hurt. And now you're talking about it being honest and people are laughing.
Exactly.
You're like, yo, I got more. You just want to keep sharing and keep healing people. And I remember I had a joke about me never wearing lotion. And when I got off stage, somebody came up to me, I don't like wearing lotion. I hate wearing lotion, I ain't gonna lie to you.
So how do you stay so...
I wear Oreos. This is Oreo. I found Oreo. Yeah,
Okay.
Oreo. It's just not lotion.
Okay.
Because lotion that have you be in circles. Like you ever put lotion on and try to make a right hand turn? You just slide it. That's how donuts got started. It was a person that had lotion, and they went somewhere and they had and they was going too fast. That's how I got started. Cause the lotion. Like I had to really develop that because I hate wearing lotion and it make my hands sweat. It's just a lot.
I put something before I came.
See what I'm saying? It's like, I need a towel. You need to have it need to be a clause when you wear lotion. You could have all the side effects of it. Right. but even though being able to share that and somebody coming up to me like, I'm not really a lotion fan either, then we can have that real moment and we laugh and like, man, because I had the same bottle of lotion for like 10 years.
How big is the bottle?
It was only like the 12-ounce bottle. It just shows y'all I don't wear lotion. It was the same. I was trying to retire that bottle. Like it was.
You retired it, right?
It's there.
Okay.
It's so bad. Like for me to get lotion out of it, I had to take the top off and put and then tap it out the bottom. Throw a little water in it.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm past that bottle now though. But
so what do you see for yourself going forward in comedy for your future?
Just a lot of the foundation and things that I've already built, just laying it out, making it bigger. I have a nonprofit which is called Layups to Stand Up, and we do a lot of like community work, fundraising for the communities, toy drives, back to school giveaways. So now that I'm, I guess, going viral and I got like a bigger following, I just want to touch more people. Like, do bigger stages, help more people. I'll do a lot of mentorship when I teach comics. Like, if you're a new comic and you're willing to put in the work, I'll help you get on stage. I'll show you the blueprint.
And they can get that through your
nonprofit. I'm starting a new podcast. It's basically the behind the scenes of comedy, just teaching the steps to get into comedy, how to write jokes, how to get booked, what not to do. Okay. Just so it could be a little easier. I mean, blueprint. Yeah, I feel like a lot of comics, we keep it to ourselves. Like we go through all this stuff, all these things, but we wait until we like mainstream famous or super big. Well, we could touch so many people right now. It's a lot of artists that just want to know, I'm funny, how do I get seen? Come to me, I got you. And I want to show them and give them the proof. How do you make merch? How do you take something God bless you with from the heavens and it go to your head, and then from your head you put it on a shirt, and then someone buys it? Yeah. That is a way of you to feed your family. I know how to do that. I want to help somebody else do that because I know the power of it.
And what was that information again to contact you?
comedianjuice.com. You just go to my website and it's a contact information. You put it in and you ask if it's something that somebody want to know or have information on, certain ideas. A lot of the structure on my podcast is going to be what people already asked me for. So if you haven't asked, or if you're not in need of it, I'm not going to make an episode on it. I'm going to make sure it's go right to the people who can use it. So.
So what do you have coming up?
Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff coming up. Oh, we. A lot of stuff. Like currently, if y'all don't know, I'm in Sacramento right now. Been blessed. Doing this interview, Access Sacramento. I just finished a dope show last night. I just won a competition out here in Sacramento. So right now I'm heading back.
What's the competition about? Like how many comedians?
It was 10 comedians. It was real comedians judging. The audience as well was part of the judge, and whoever was the funniest left with the grand prize, the cash, which I left with.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
What a way to go back.
Yeah. Right. And it's just fate. Like I almost didn't come because I didn't know if I got in the competition last minute. I didn't know my ticket was a little high, but I said, you know what, God, I'm gonna go because obviously there's a reason,
Exactly.
and I'm gonna go where you need me to go and do what I can do.
Yeah.
And so I did it and won. But next I'm going back to LA. I got a show on May 31st. I'm doing it in Carson. From there I'm still touring. I got a tour right now, which is called Life's a Joke comedy tour.
Okay.
I'm heading going to overseas for the first time this year.
Look at you.
So I'm going to London, Australia, and Toronto this year.
Wow. How does that make you feel?
Blessed.
Man.
Blessed. Blessed. Just blessed. Because, again, I get to touch more people. And one thing about me, even as we met, once I meet you, we meet. Right? Once I meet, we family. We locked in. I'm going to keep locking in. So if I got people in Australia, that means I got to go to Australia.
Exactly.
So my goal is to have people everywhere so I could go everywhere. And then,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Man, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of that. You know, if you ever need a spoken word artist to open up.
Oh, I already know. I already know. I got you in my back pocket. And congratulations, too, with this dope podcast, what you guys are doing here, and giving artists like myself a platform to share a story, tell her jokes. It's amazing. Because you just never know who going to watch what, when, and where.
Exactly.
Or why.
So just leaving people with something, you know, that you, I don't know, affirmation, a good word or whatever before we close this.
I could do that.
Make them feel.
Make it feel from
inspire them.
Inspire. Let me see something to leave. Before I do that, I'll say add me on all my social media platforms. I am Juice Man. That's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I am Juice Man. I do have a website. It's comedianjuice.com. And my word of advice I will leave with is why not now? Why not now? I mean, a lot of people, we wait to the perfect time to go out and chase their dream, the perfect situation to move, where there's no perfect situation. You're alive, you're breathing. Go out and get it now.
That's right.
Because if you don't, you're going to be helping someone else chase their dream when you're supposed to be chasing yours.
All right. So. Well, that's what we're going to end it, because that was a word for you. All right, so thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you again for coming here and being part of the podcast. We really do appreciate you. So that's it, and we just gonna flow on out of here. Peace. Peace, love, and light, everyone. I am Poetic Butterfly, the host of What's Your F.L.O.E TV podcast show. So, the flow is your purpose. When you walk in your purpose, you walk in your flow. Your fearless liberation of expression. Because when you're in your flow, you have to be fearless in that, and a lot of times that helps liberate others to be fearless in their flow as well. So on this show, we talk to artists, entrepreneurs, extraordinary everyday people who have a story, or who are just dreamers that have something that they like to share or say. You get inspired, you get encouraged. So be sure to continue to tune in, because we are growing, and it is a wonderful feeling, and we are so excited you are a part of it. So be sure to continue to stay connected with us on all our social media accounts at What's Your F.L.O.E, F.L.O.E, okay? And trust me, you will not be disappointed.